Go like that. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our new Our Energy and Soul Yoga Space Collaborative. And so nice to be with all of you. So today's class is Power and Restore. So we'll do about 45 minutes, vinyasa, power, building heat, and all of that. And then I have a really lovely 15-minute restorative at the end. That'll just kind of do a nervous system reset. And then you can go to the farmer's market and shop. All right, so come onto your hands and knees, and we'll start in child's pose. You'll bring your big toes to touch, and your knees to be wide apart if that's comfortable for you. Allow your forehead to just rest on the mat. And relax your fingers, relax your jaw, and soften your abdomen right here, your belly. In this moment, just like scanning through your physical body, acknowledging like what you showed up with here this morning on the mat, how you're feeling. It's an opportunity to get present, get clear, so that things can be moved and shifted and rearranged as we move through the practice today. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out your mouth. And then come up onto your hands and knees to all fours. And you'll tuck your toes under and spread your fingers and just rock back to front, front to back. Just warming up in the wrists, feet, toes. Good, and then you'll come back to neutral. Keep the toes tucked, turn your fingers out, and you'll do that again, rock front to back 3 or 4 times. Just a different orientation with the hands. Good, and then last one, come to neutral if you can, turn the fingers to face your knees. And this one, you may just pause. Or you can rock a little front to back. And if it doesn't work on the wrists, hands out is fine, or forward is fine, or forearms is fine. Just that little movement. It can be a tinier movement. Okay, good job. And then come back to center. Turn your fingers back to face forward, and then slide just the right arm out in front of you, lower the chest, bend the left elbow. If it's too much on the shoulder, don't come down so far, or forearm can be on the mat. Just feel that stretch under the right arm. Good, Sandy. And then come up and you'll switch. Slide the right arm in and left arm goes out. Lower the chest. Go slow right here, feeling into the shoulder, elongating through the ribs and side of the waist. Good, and then come back up. You'll walk your hands to your knees, walk backwards, toes stay tucked. Come up to a forward fold at the back of your mat. Yep, and then you can hold on to your elbows maybe and sway slightly right to left or side to side. You can shake your head around, nodding yes and no. You're swaying through the whole torso. And bend the knees a little bit more if you can. So the hinges from the top of the thighs, not drop your head, if that's okay. Yes, good. Press down into the big toes, pinky toes, spread the rest of your toes out on the mat. And then release your hands to the floor, and you'll bend the left knee. The left hand stays where it is, twist to the right. Right arm goes up towards the ceiling. So right leg straight, left knee bent. And then switch, bring the right hand down, bend the right knee. Twist open to the left, the other side. Good. Whichever way you're on is perfect. And then bring both hands back down to the mat. And here you'll start to walk yourself forward. So just walking or crawling forward, coming into downward facing dog. So you want to check that your index finger aims forward, your feet are parallel at the back of the mat. And you can pedal, bending one knee, bending the other, or moving the hips from side to side. Or you can just land in a still place. And let your eyes remain open. And you just want to notice where you're looking, like where you're physically looking, what you see. Could be a color, texture, pattern, line, a person, item. Just notice what you physically see, where your attention is, and notice where your mind is going to, where your attention is being drawn. As an opportunity to get here, get clear, get present. Breathing right here. And then we have masks on. Ujjayi breath is really important with the mask on. So breathe through the nose. Try to make a whisper sound at the base of the throat. Press a little deeper into the hands. Squeeze the heels closer to the earth. Take one more full deep breath here. Exhale it all the way out. And then look forward and bring your feet to your hands. You can walk or hop up to the front of your mat. Lift to a flat back. Bring your hands to your shins or fingers to the floor and lengthen the spine. And then exhale, bow forward. Allow the head to drop completely. Bring your hands to your hips. Point your elbows to the ceiling. Inhale, rise up to stand. Stretch your arms all the way up. And then draw your hands down to your heart. And pausing here, you can look at your fingertips or close your eyes. And maybe you set an intention, like what brings you to yoga today? Why are you here? And then you'll open your eyes, and on your inhale, just reach your arms up. Exhale, bow forward. So you can soften the knees as you fold down. Breathe in, lift halfway up. Find a flat back, lengthen the spine. Good, hands can be on the shins. And then step it back to a high plank. Walk your feet back and just stay here for a moment. Soften between the shoulder blades, strengthen through the arms and the legs. Keep your head in line with the spine, so lift the chin up slightly. Good, and then set the knees down for this first one, knees down. You're gonna pull your chest forward, bend the elbows backward, and hover. You're parallel to the floor. Upper arm bones parallel. And then lower your body all the way down. Point your toes behind you. Inhale, come up to cobra. You can stay low with the hands light, or you can press into the hands if the spine and body allows. Good. And then you'll gently press back to downward dog. So you can go through plank or through your knees, and then pull the hips back. And breathing right here. Stay there in downward dog and breathe. Take one more full breath in. Breathe all the way out, all the air out. Look to your hands and then bring your feet to your hands. You can walk or hop there. Halfway lift, inhale, and that lengthens spine. Exhale, bow forward, let the head drop. Inhale, rise up, extended mountain. Press the feet down, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow forward again. Inhale, halfway lift, the spinal extension. Exhale, step back, high plank to low plank. So you can keep the knees down or straight legs, hover. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, can be lower. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. You can flip the feet one at a time or roll over the toes. Breathe here. Good, take one more breath in. Exhale, look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise to the top. Use the strength of your legs to reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step or hop it back, high plank to low plank. It's fine to use your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or stay low in cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Good. Lift your right leg up to the sky here. So you can bring your feet closer together first. And bend the knee, roll open through that hip a little bit. Press a little deeper into the right hand. Good, and then take a breath in, and on your exhale, slow motion, step forward. Right foot all the way to the right hand. Good job, and then stay here in your lunge. And then rock front to back. And you can, sometimes I like to look at my back foot and kind of spread even into the pinky toe. Good, and then find a spot where the heel is right over the ball of the foot, and then press the hips down towards the ground and pull the hips up towards the ceiling. Press the hips down, bending the right knee. Yeah, and then pull the hips up towards the ceiling. One more time, bend the knee, press the hips down. Pull the hips up, plant the palms, downward dog, right foot to left. Lift your left leg up towards the sky, bend the knee if you like, roll open. Press evenly through the hands, breathing. Gonna let the fingers get like rooted down onto the earth. Straighten the left leg, take that big step forward. Left knee to nose, foot to hand. You can adjust it if you need to. Rock front to back a few times. Checking in with that back foot, spreading the toes. Nice. Check in with the front leg. See if you can bring the knee right over the ankle bone. And then pause, heel over ball of the foot, lower the hips, squeeze them down towards the earth, and pull the hips up towards the ceiling. So it's bending and straightening the left leg, but the intention is more about the hips going down and pulling up. Nice, Hadley. Do one more of those. And then straighten that leg, step back, downward facing dog. Good, breathe here. Nice full deep breath in. Empty it out. Look forward and step or hop, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Bend the knees low. And take the arms up by your ears. And the pinky fingers in, try to straighten the elbows. So it's this energetic line. Weight back in the heels. Check your feet, see if they can get more parallel. Yes, good. Pull the pit of the belly in and up. Nice job. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, bow forward. Straighten the legs last. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step or hop it back. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward to your right hand. Spin the left foot flat and reach up, warrior one. Good. And notice where your attention is going, where your thoughts are, where your eyes are starting to. What do you feel? You take it a little deeper, but reach up an inch higher. Take another breath. A little emphasis, go back, and then set your hands to the mat, and you step back. High plank. Low plank, bend the elbows, good. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left hand for warrior one. Spin that right foot flat, get rooted and grounded, and reach up. Nice. Try to press into the pinky toe edge of the back foot. Nice softening of the inner shoulders, but lengthening and expanding to the sides of the body. Good job. Press that right foot a little flatter, back foot a little more rooted. Good, Amanda, take a full breath in. And then hands to the mat, high plank, slow plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. So noticing when the heart rate elevates and we have these built-in moments to kind of bring things back down. Now sip your breath in, full breath in. Breathe all the way out. Look forward, bend your knees, step or hop to your hands. Halfway lift, parallel. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your brain, drop your head. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Just one breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low push-up. You can pause for steps. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Warrior one. Move down, reach up. High to low push up. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Left foot to left hand. Big step forward. Warrior one. Root down, reach up. High to low push up. So slowly moving with breath. Up dog, inhale. Downward dog. Pause. Feel the lengthening of the sides of the body. Lengthening of the hamstrings. Maybe you firm through the quadriceps by lifting the kneecaps up. Do that one more time through. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Look forward. Step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Good. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High to low push up. You can step or hop back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot to right hand. Warrior one. Yes. High to low push up. Release the knees. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left foot to left hand. Moving with intention. Press down, reach high. High to low push up. You flow. Upward dog or cobra. Easy back bend. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. Really exhaling, letting go. Take one more breath in. Breathe out, look forward. Look where you're going. Step or hop to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward bow, exhale. Chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. We'll twist to the right. Lift your left elbow to your right leg. The palms pressed together. So we have this mirror as a new tool here. I haven't had mirrors in my studio in a while, but it's a good place to just kind of check in, like how are your knees? Are they even? Your pelvis? And then I want you to come out of the mirror and look somewhere beyond. You're feeling more than analyzing. Now press into your right foot here. Listen carefully. You'll step your left leg back so you're in a revolved crescent twist. Stay in the twist if you can. The left hand can touch down to the ground if you need. Really firm that back leg. Take one more breath here. And then you'll open up to warrior two, coming up and around. It's in the opposite side of the room. Good. Check in with that right knee when it's moving towards the right. And then tipping it to the right, extended side angle. Right forearm to thigh, so tip forward. Left arm can be straight up overhead, like 12 o'clock on a clock, or it can wrap behind your back, weaseling, finding your way into the top of the right thigh, maybe. The left hand, yeah, to right thigh, or not. That's it, Sandy, good. Press your shoulders back a little bit, open up through the front of the chest. Nice job. Hands to the mat. Step it back to high plank and bring your feet together. And then spin the heels to the left. And you'll take your right arm up towards the ceiling. For side plank, you can also step the right foot in front of the left leg or behind it. Two different experiences. Or any variation here that feels good. Squeeze into your center line. And then look down, high plank. Lower all the way onto your belly. Come up into Sphinx pose and come up onto your forearms right here. We're gonna drag the rib cage forward, shoulders back. Good, and then from here, we'll come up into forearm plank. So you can tuck the toes under, tuck the chin, pull the belly, ribs, pelvis, and thighs up off the ground. Good, firming through the front of the thighs. Lengthen through the tailbone. Good, and then lower down, slide the hands back under the shoulders, press back to downward facing dog. Take one breath in. Breathe all the way out. Look forward, bend your knees, step or float forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward bow. Chair pose. Sit low, reach high. Hands come to the heart. You can twist to the left. So often that right knee inches forward, pull it back from the hip. Press the palms together to facilitate a twist through the ribs, through the torso. Get a little more grounded into your left foot and step your right foot back. Crescent, prayer twist, and you might slide it a little farther back if it doesn't land exactly right. It's fine to set the right hand to the ground. We're going to try to lift up away from that left thigh slightly with the belly. That's it. Firm that back leg more. And then warrior two. You'll come up and around, left knee stays bent, arms open out. Check that the left knee is in line with the middle toe, basically. That's it. Breathe in, lift up. And as you breathe out, tip to the left. Set the forearm to the thigh or the floor, right arm to the sky. Take a bind here, wrapping the right arm behind the back. That right arm wants to go is right. Press your hips a little bit more towards the mirrors and your chest towards the wall behind you. Stay present right here for another few breaths. Good job, and then look down, plant your palms, step it back, high plank, feet together. Put a side plank on the other side from last time. Most of you right arm down, not left. Zip up through the thighs, press your hips forward, shoulders back, lift the bottom hip higher, lift up higher. It'll get more effortless the more you integrate your whole body here. Yes, Amanda. Lift a little higher. Beautiful, Kimberly. Any variations are welcome. Awesome, Beth. And flip it back over, high plank. Lower all the way down. Come into Sphinx pose up on your forearms, elbows under shoulders. Lower body grounded, upper body is tractioning. And I always like to pull the pit of the belly away from the floor here so the low back stays longer. Good, and then tuck your chin, tuck your toes, press up into forearm plank. If you want to interlace the hands, you can. So on the forearms, if that's comfortable for you, just lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Pull the belly and firm the legs, firm the thighs, kneecaps lifting, good job. Breathing, pull the pit of the belly in and up, tailbone towards the heels. Tuck that tailbone back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower down. Slide the hands back under the shoulders, press back to downward facing dog and breathe. Walk your hands to your feet and walk to the back of your mat. Good job. Slide the palms of the hands under the soles of the feet. So you're gonna just bring the toes to the creases of the wrists. Halfway lift here. And then bend the elbows, bow forward, maybe shake your head, yes and no. And then release the hands. Heel toe heel, the feet wider apart. Come all the way down into a squat. It's called malasana or garland squat. And then I'm going to give you options. So you can stay right here. This is a great like restorative style pose, even though it's strength building too. You can stay here. You can tip into crow. You can bring your hands to the ground, knees to the triceps. Come forward, maybe just pull up one foot at a time or both. You can also do some little leapfrogs if you're feeling like upping the cardiovascular training today. Your hands will come out and you just leap up. So it's like little baby crows in the air. Maybe you find a little hold, hands down. You can do that if you want. You choose. So about 90 seconds of time to play. And if you need child's pose, that's there too. If you have a wall behind you, want to come to handstands, it's an option also. Nice, Amanda. Good. That's it, Sandy. I love those 1 feet lifts. If you're playing with 1 foot at a time, a really fun option to get more into the core muscles, which hold you here, is you pull, instead of just like kind of finding the balance, you pull the foot up as high as it'll go. And then maybe I like to try to tap a wrist, come back up like that, 1 foot at a time. And you're gonna get really into those core muscles that give you the stick to hold it. Like that. Yeah, like that. You feel it? Nice job. You feel it? Good. So it doesn't have to be just like one way. And if the wrists get tired, just take a break. You can roll the backs of the wrists out. One thing that helps with the wrists here is by using your fingertips. So pulling with the fingertips as you're coming up, or pushing into the knuckles of the hands, so it's a little bit less weight in the little bones of the wrists. Okay, I think that's good. Come into a forward fold. Wherever you are, to straighten the legs. You can let the backs of the hands gently rest on the ground or hold your elbows. Maybe sway your torso from side to side. Release your hands softly to the ground. Walk forward, downward facing dog. And stretch your right leg up to the sky. Maybe bend the knee, roll open through the hip. Step the right foot forward to the right hand. Come right up into warrior 2. And then flip the right palm up, left hand to left leg. Reverse the warrior or exalted warrior. And then triangle. You'll straighten the right leg and hinge forward. Right hand can land on the shin or the floor. Or peace fingers to big toe is an option. Try to turn the palm towards that wall you're looking at and gently open through the chest. That's it. You can straighten that right leg a little bit more, lifting up on the kneecaps of both legs. Breathing. Your shoulders can go back even more. Shoulders back. Good, and then let the left arm just pull you to stand. You'll turn your feet to parallel, so facing that wall. Hands come to the hips, lift up into the heart, and bow forward. So straddle or side facing forward fold. Good. Maybe walk your hands back between the feet a little bit, like you're pulling the floor towards you, and tip the hips towards the toe line slightly to get a bigger opening with the backs of the legs. Good. And then lift to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up to stand. You'll turn the right toes to face forward. Step the left foot in and up for a revolved triangle. So hips square to the front, left arm reaches up, and then you lengthen forward. And the left hand can land on the shin or 5 fingertips on the floor, inside or outside the right foot. And you pull the right hip back as you revolve to the right. And then right arm can reach up towards the ceiling or stay on your hip. Good. Pressing down into the right big toe. Bring the hand to your shin if it doesn't touch the floor. Yes, you have something to press against, to lengthen from. Good job. Now fold over the right leg, pyramid. Just pause there. And if you can't reach the floor, try bending the knee till the hands can touch. And then drop your head and start to pull the right hip back in space. Whether the leg straightens all the way or not is not as important. Just feel into the back of that right leg, all the way up to the back of the neck, base of the skull. Good. Bend the knee, plant the palms, step it back, high plank. Low plank, and that can always be double push-ups if you want a little extra. And then upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Stretch your left leg up and back. And step it forward, left foot to left hand, warrior 2, right foot flat. And then reverse the warrior, left palm goes up, exalted warrior, into triangle. You'll straighten the left leg and hinge forward. The left hand can land on the shin. Check that your toes are facing forward. So we're looking to align our bones. We line the bones up, stacking the joints in a nice, safe, healthy way. And then you hug the muscles to the bones. Expand from the center of your chest out through both arms. Notice where your attention is going. Notice what you're saying to yourself. So let the right arm pull you up to stand, feet come to parallel, interlace your hands at your back, lift up into your chest, hinge forward. So you're diving down between the legs. I often bend my knees a little bit to get here, or move my hips side to side. And see if you can take the arms away from the body, wrap the shoulders towards your back, and whoa, whole body opening right there. Sway your hips towards your toes just a tiny bit. Sway forward a tiny bit. Good job. Release your hands to the mat. Pause. Lift to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up to stand. Turn the left toes forward. Right foot can step in and up. So you have a little distance between the feet. Right arm goes up. Hinge forward. Bring your hand to your shin or ankle or floor, twisting to the left. And then if possible, left arm reaches to the sky. It's not a have to. Let's get grounded down through both feet. From the pelvis, press down through the heels. from the pelvis, lengthen through the crown, get longer through the front and back side of the body. That's it. Exactly. And then both hands to the floor, bend the left knee so the fingertips can touch, and then start to pull the left hip back in space. Keep the big toe pressing down. And we have these escape routes in our body when something's tight or has tension. And one of the escape routes here is to roll to the pinky toe edge of the foot. That's my big escape route. Just notice if that's what you're doing. Keep pressing that left hip up and back, straightening-ish that left leg. Nice job. Hands to the mat, step it back, high plank. Stay there. Hold it, high plank. Good, low plank, high plank. Try for 5. Low plank, high plank. Other push-ups. Low plank, high plank. 5 or more. If you want to get 10, get 10. If you want to lay on your belly, lay on your belly. When you're done with your push-ups or high-low planks, lay down on your belly. And just rest right there. Arms come by your side. You can turn a cheek to a side. Good, and then turn your palms to face down, face the mat, arms by your side. Look down, and then locust pose. You'll lift up, lift your shoulders, arms, and legs. Yes. Yeah, and then squeeze the elbows nice and straight. So that's triceps. Pull the shoulder blades together. Lift the legs a little higher if you can. And then lower down, turn the other cheek to the ground and pause. Good, and then again, locust pose, palms to the earth, look down, inhale, lift up. If you want to interlace your hands at your back, you can. And really lift your left hand a little higher. Yeah, that's even. Lift your shoulders towards the ceiling, lift up, both ends up, 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 and then lower down and rest. So 2 more of those. They can be exactly the same, or bend the knees for a floor bow. You bend the knees, catch the feet in the hands. It could also be 1 foot at a time. And then kick the feet to rise up or stay with locust. Or 1 foot. Good, that's exactly it. Squeeze the knees in a little if you can, keeping those knees in line with the hips. Kick, so it's strong legs to open the chest. And then lower all the way down, let go, rest. I always notice my heart rate gets real high when I do back bends. So just notice what it takes to let it come back down. And then last one, bend the knees, catch the feet or the ankles. You can hold the ankles and flex the feet. Keep the knees in line with the hips. They squeeze in a little and then kick and lift. So pubic bone presses down, tailbone lengthens, and shoulders go back. So kick and come a little bit higher. Awesome. And then lower all the way down and rest. Bring your hands alongside your side bodies, fingers face forward. So lower than the shoulders, fingers forward, elbows bend, hands lower than the shoulders. Come into upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Take your right leg to the sky and bring it forward into half pigeon. Right knee towards right wrist. So the knee goes, yeah, the shin goes across the mat. That's it. Good. Good job, Sandy. And if this foot does, the right foot doesn't want to be that high up, it's okay to have it back a little bit. Try to square off the hips and then come forward. Arms can walk out in front, or I like sometimes have to keep them down to keep myself more square. Back toes can be tucked or pointed, and if it's pointed, press the top of the foot down. Good, come back up to your palms, so back to downward dog. We're gonna do 3 of these on each leg, so we'll get a little bit longer each time. Take your left leg up and back. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. pigeon. Good. Good. Press back to downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Bring your right leg forward, half pigeon. Maybe it comes a little bit more into a right angle now. Maybe not. Come right in. Step back, downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. One more time each leg. Come on up, press back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out if you need. And right leg goes up and back. Bring it forward, half pigeon.
Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forever.
Last time, step it back, downward dog. Bring that left leg forward, half pigeon.
Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forever. All I worship. Please be true. And I know. And I know.
Downward facing dog. It's your final downward dog. Come forward to a high plank, lower all the way down onto your belly. You'll turn your left cheek to the floor. Left cheek to the floor, and you can have your arms out like a pillow or cactus arm. Slide the right knee out to the right. So it's a half frog. The right knee just goes to the right. Be here for a couple minutes. If you need a pad under your knee, let me know. Or scoot your body to the left so your knee is on your mat. Amanda, do you want a thicker mat? I think you can put your sweatshirt underneath it too. And then just like relaxing your body here. You're not holding yourself up. You're not pressing into anything. You're just relaxing and breathing. that getting lost in thought, just come back to your breath. Breath is what's called an anchor. It can be used as an anchor, as a tool to bring you back here into the present moment. There's a lot of terminology around that right now, mindfulness and all that, but to actually put it into practice, to know what it feels like to be present. To really get in your bones, there's nowhere else to be than right here. I spend a lot of time, like most of us do, cerebrally, up in my head. Even though I teach yoga, it takes so much to really stay present. I think it's why I teach, because I know how necessary it is for me to be healthy and feel whole. Otherwise, if I'm in my head all the time, I live in a place of inadequacy. I live in a place of comparing and worrying, and judging and analyzing. And if I'm in my body, I live in a place of I am whole, I have all I need, and it's empowering. From here, you're going to take your left arm. So you lift up a little bit. You bring your left arm underneath your body like a thread the needle. Left arm goes under. And then you'll just gently roll onto your back in this twist. And then the right arm can go out to the right. You're welcome to hold the right knee with the left hand or not. You might even scoot the shoulders to the left an inch or two to let that right side body get a little bit more grounded. And the right arm can go anywhere. It can go overhead. Sometimes that's my favorite place, like reaching towards me, towards the front of the room, or it can stay on your body, left hip or left shoulder towards the floor. And if the shoulder's way up off the floor, like a lot of yours are, you'll let the right knee lift away. Let the right knee lift up and roll a little bit more onto the back. And you'll get a little bit different experience. You want it to feel balanced from shoulder to hip. Restorative, like the restore part of this class, restorative is to restore something back to its original or better version, right? To restore something is we give it a lot of love. We take something that may not be perfect and we put our love into it so it can come back to life. Restore is. Right here, let this time be about you restoring yourself back to your optimal or better than optimal version of you. Slowly and gently roll back onto your belly, and you might have to do some scooting to get back on your mat. And then you'll turn your right ear to the floor and slide the left knee out to the left for our half frog. You can put a blanket or a towel or just scoot over so your mat is under your knee. The bone of the knee gets bothered here. And then just taking this time to breathe, to soften. So when our body's in kind of preparedness for, you know, our life or our sympathetic state, right? When we're like going, the parts of our body that tend to tense are our fingers, our abdomen, our neck, and our jaw. So right here, just deliberately relaxing your hands, softening your belly, relaxing your shoulders completely, unclenching your jaw. So just physiologically, you're sending a signal that it's okay to let go. It's okay. You're safe. You can relax into this moment. You can restore yourself. Relax your hands. Soften your belly. Relax your shoulders and relax your jaw. And send yourself that message 1,000 times a day, as much as you need. Checking in, relax your hands, soften your belly, relax your shoulders, and relax your jaw. From here, you'll lift up your torso partway, slide the right arm under like you're threading the needle, and then roll onto your back. So let the left knee kind of maybe lift away from the ground, let the shoulders scoot a little bit to the right. And you can hold on to the left knee if you want, or not. You don't have to hold anything. Checking in. If the shoulder doesn't like that position, find some, you can bring the hand closer to the body. That's helpful. Or arm can go straight overhead, getting more lengthening. Or drape it somewhere, or it's just peaceful. From here, you're going to stay as you are, just come all the way onto your back. So just stay in the same orientation, just wiggle back to the middle of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees come apart. So Supta Baddha Konasana. You can just like you can rest your hands on your body if you want. Or and then just gently straighten your legs out along the floor. Relax your arms down by your sides. Come into Shavasana. Turn the palms to face up. Allow your eyes to close if that's comfortable for you. do a short session of what's called yoga nidra, which is like a yoga sleep opportunity to just relax a little bit more. I'll mention a body part, and when I do, you just bring your attention there. That's all your job is to do. Bring your awareness to your right thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, right pinky finger, palm of your hand, back of your hand, right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder, front and back side, right side of your chest, right lung, right side of your abdomen, right pelvis, front of the hip, back of the hip, right thigh, front of the thigh, back of the thigh, right knee, lower leg, shin, calf, ankle, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and your pinky toe, sole of the foot, back of the right leg, left thumb, left first finger, second finger, third finger, pinky finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, left wrist, forearm, elbow, left upper arm, shoulder, front and back side of the shoulder, left side of the chest and torso, left side of the abdomen, left pelvis, left thigh, hamstring, left knee, the space inside the knee, lower leg, left ankle, top of the foot, big toe, first toe, second toe, third toe, left pinky toe, sole of the foot, back of the left leg, throat, neck, cervical spine, back of the head, top of the head, temples, left and right side of the skull, forehead, right eye, right side of the nose, right nostril, cheek, jaw, chin, lower lip, upper lip, left jaw, cheek, left nostril, left eye, entire head and skull, whole front side of the body, the whole back side of the body, with your whole body from your skin in, the space that you are. Your attention on your listening, on the sounds that you hear. Bring your attention to your breath, the ebb, the flow, breath moving in, moving out of your body. Bring your awareness now to your hands. Maybe start to wiggle your fingers. Notice that small movement affects your whole body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Feeling back into this physical body, this beautiful body of yours. Gently bend your knees. And you'll roll to a comfortable side, whichever one's most comfortable for you. Pause there, curling up into a fetal position for a moment. Take a cleansing breath. And then with your eyes closed, press yourself up to a seat. You can turn back to face the front of the room. Just pause right here, eyes closed, and just notice how you feel, quality of your energy and breath, thoughts. And I always like to remind you that this feeling is inside of you, it lives in you. You can call it up anytime. Your hands together, touch your thumbs to your heart space. Lift your thumbs to your forehead center. Have an amazing weekend. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you at home. So good to be with